Good morning everybody and welcome you all once again. We are having revision of the chapter Globalization and the Indian Economy. In our previous video we discussed about MNC. Now in this video we will discuss a bit about background of globalization in India. So actually we know that India got independence in 1947. After that first 5-year plan was made in 1951. And the main focus of the first 5-year plan was agricultural development. Actually first 5-year plan was made on the model of Harrod and Dormer, and that was related with agricultural development. So obviously 85% population during that time was dependent upon agriculture, and that's why emphasis was given upon agricultural development. But in the second 5-year plan we felt that if we will leave industrial development, we will remain far behind in global competition. That's why impetus was given upon industrial development also in the second 5-year plan. And for that in 1956 Industrial Policy Resolution IPR was made. So this Industrial Policy Resolution IPR that was made in 1956, it was based upon LQP policy. Now what was this LQP policy? Licensing, quota and permit. What does it mean? It means that whatever industrial production or industrial unit is to be open, you will have to take license. There will be quota for production. That means certain amount of production only you could do, certain amount of goods you only could export or import, and as well permit was needed if an individual wants to involve in production process. So means it was the protectionist policy. This LQP policy, Industrial Policy Resolution 1956, was termed as protectionist policy. Why protectionist policy? So actually we want our producer to provide protection. Protection from whom? Protection from foreign competition. So we wanted to give protection to our indigenous producer from foreign competition. Why? Because our industry was new to come up. They need a bit time to grow. And if our industry would have been left during that time in the international competition, so perhaps they would not have sustained. So that's why for their sustainability, it was thought that they need protection from the foreign competition. And that's why we have restricted our border for the foreign companies. So IPR 1956 was based upon protectionist policy. It was based upon LQP as well as it was termed as protectionist policy. That means we have kept our border closed for foreign companies, and that's why I used to say ki before 90s if you will see Indian market, so major change had occurred after that. Very few imported goods, matlab in Indian market rarely imported products were available because of this protectionist policy. Means we have restricted our border for foreign companies to come to India. So actually main responsibility of production also was given to government sector. Government or public sector was given main responsibility for development of the country. Major role for the development of the country had been given to public sector, and to discourage private sector, this was licensing, permit, quota. Why it was? It was to discourage private sector also to come up. So this Industrial Policy Resolution was made in 1956, and we continued this. We continued with this IPR till 1990. So till 1990 we have continued from 1956 to 1990 this in IPR जो भी whatever provision of IPR, it was applicable till 1990. But what happened during 90s? So 90s was the worst year for Indian economy. Why it was worst year for Indian economy? So actually Indian economy during that time was on the verge of being collapsed. On the verge of being collapsed, that means whatever economic indicator was there, all was adverse. For example, if you will talk about physical deficit, so physical deficit was mounting high. What is physical deficit? This is difference between income and expenditure. In simple, you could understand that this is difference between income and expenditure. So if our income is rupees 100 and expenditure is rupees 120, from where this 20 rupees will come? So this 20 rupees will be our physical deficit. So this physical deficit we are mounting. Inflation reach all-time high. Inflation, that means average price rise in the goods or services. So inflation, that is price rise. So price was rising very high. So actually inflation rate generally remain at 3 or 4%. So it is good for economy. The inflation about 3 to 4%. Anything above 5%, that is being considered high inflation. So actually inflation rate reached up to even at a time up to 13%. Means inflation was too high and foreign reserve was declined. Foreign reserve decline means what? Why this foreign reserve is needed? Foreign reserve is needed, suppose that कि whatever import bill is there, import bill हम कैसे पे करेंगे? Foreign currencies में करेंगे, उसके लिए foreign currency चाहिए. Whatever loan has been taken, how we will repay the loan? We need foreign currency to repay the loan. You could understand one fact that our foreign reserve was not even sufficient for more than one fortnight. That means next loan, whatever installment of the World Bank that is to be given, next installment के लिए जो पैसा होना चाहिए हमारे पास foreign reserve वो नहीं था. तो that means during that time you could understand कि RBI के पास जो gold reserve रहता है वो gold reserve हमने वर्ल्ड बैंक के पास गिरवी रखा, मॉर्गेज किया और तब जाकर जो अगला किस्त लोन का था वो हमको वर्ल्ड बैंक ने दिया. तो एनीवे देयर आर सेवरल अदर इकोनॉमिक इंडिकेटर्स दैट शोज दैट कि इकोनॉमी वाज ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ बीइंग कोलैप्स. ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम मनमोहन सिंह वाज विजिटिंग प्रोफेसर देयर परहैप्स इन ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज. तो मनमोहन सिंह वाज कॉल्ड बैक टू इंडिया फ्रॉम द बैक डोर फ्रॉम द राज्यसभा. He was given a parliamentary seat and he was made Finance Minister of India. Under the guideline of Manmohan Singh, in 1991, new economic policy was made. तो जो IPR 1956 अभी तक हम लोग ढो रहे थे उसकी जगह पे अब न्यू इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी 1991 में बनाया गया अंडर द गाइडेंस ऑफ मनमोहन सिंह. तो एक्चुअली ये जो IPR 1956 था, मेन रोल वाज गिवन टू पब्लिक सेक्टर. और पब्लिक सेक्टर initially public sector had performed very well. So many public sector had been given the recognition of Navratna, Mini Ratna. So that means initially public sector worked very well, but gradually inefficiency and corruption that prevail in public sector, and due that most of our public sector unit started running on huge loss. लेट्स सी इंडियन रेलवे के बारे कहा जाता है कि इंडियन रेलवे अपने सारे प्रॉफिट को खुद एक्यूमुलेट करे तो वो लोहे की जगह सोने की पटरी बिछा सकता है. तो दैट मीन्स सच काइंड ऑफ पोटेंशियलिटी इज देयर इन इंडियन रेलवे, और इंडियन रेलवे भी घाटे पे चलने लगी. तो वी कुड अंडरस्टैंड कि इन एफिशिएंसी एंड करप्शन दैट प्रिवेल इन पब्लिक सेक्टर, एंड ड्यू दैट पब्लिक सेक्टर स्टार्टेड वर्किंग एट ह्यूज लॉसेस. So whatever economic debacle occurred during 90s, the main reason was inefficiency and corruption that prevail in public sector. By the way, so whatever policy of 1956 was there, it was LQP policy. It was termed as LQP policy, licensing Raj, quota Raj, permit Raj. But this new economic policy that was made in 1991, it was based upon LPG policy. Now what was this LPG policy? Liquid petroleum gas. No. Liberalization, privatization and globalization. So this new economic policy was based upon LPG policy. Now in rest part of the chapter we will try to understand what is this privatization and what is this LPG policy, what is privatization, what is liberalization. We will discuss about that, but before that we will begin globalization. So new economic policy that was made in 1991, and you should know that this new economic policy was very much helpful in bringing the Indian economy once again upon rail. मतलब जो पटरी से इंडियन इकोनॉमी उतर चुकी थी, इस न्यू इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी ने फिर से हमारी इकोनॉमी को उस पटरी पे लाया, एंड दैट इज़ वन ऑफ द अचीवमेंट ऑफ मनमोहन सिंह. लेटर ऑन अगर 2 टर्म तक वो भारत के प्रधानमंत्री रहे तो परहैप्स दैट वाज द अचीवमेंट ऑफ मनमोहन सिंह ड्यूरिंग 90s, मतलब in the making of new economic policies. So actually first of all now we will try to understand what is globalization. What is globalization? After that we also will discuss what is liberalization and what is privatization. But before that, what is globalization? So to define we could say integration of domestic economy with the world economy or rest of the world. Integration of domestic economy with the rest of the world. वही लिखो. So as to ensure free flow of goods and services as well as technology and humans also is called globalization. So what is globalization? Integration of domestic economy with the rest of the world so as to ensure free flow of goods and services across the border as well as technology and human is called globalization. मतलब आईपीआर के बारे पढ़े हम लोग, ये प्रोटेक्शनिस्ट पॉलिसी थी. मतलब हमने अपने बॉर्डर को सील करके रखा था फॉरेन कंपनीज के लिए, फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए. तो दैट मीन्स ये जो पॉलिसीज थी आईपीआर, it was hurdle, there was many hurdles in the way of foreign companies, foreign investors, and this hurdle was removed in new economic policy. Remove that means बिल्कुल इसी तरह से साफ नहीं कर दिया गया, certain restriction was there, but even though इसको बहुत relax किया गया, तो that means so as to ensure a free flow of goods and services ensured. तो this is termed as integration of domestic economy with the economy of the rest of the world. So this integration of domestic economy with the economy of the rest of the world, this process so as to ensure free flow of goods and services across the border एज वेल एज देखो फ्री फ्लो ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, सिर्फ ये नहीं, ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑल्सो, दैट मीन्स अगर मान लो हमारे यहाँ के लोग अमेरिका जाते हैं काम करने, वहाँ से अगर यहाँ काम करने आते हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता बट फिर भी तो दैट इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन। तो टेक्नोलॉजी भी, अगर टेक्नोलॉजी का हस्तांतरण, इफ टेक्नोलॉजी ऑफ वन कंट्री रीच टू अनदर कंट्री, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन। तो व्हाट इज ग्लोबलाइजेशन? आफ्टर दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द फैक्टर्स दैट लेड globalization possible. So now we will discuss factors that led globalization. So what are the factors that led globalization? Now let's see, if we will talk about initiation of globalization. इनिशिएशन मतलब इसकी शुरुआत, कहाँ से ग्लोबलाइजेशन की शुरुआत हुई? निश्चित तौर पे इसकी शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई? फॉरेन ट्रेड। तो ग्लोबलाइजेशन बिगिंस विथ फॉरेन ट्रेड। तो व्हाट इज फॉरेन ट्रेड? इजली यू कुड से कि दो तरह के ट्रेड होते हैं, एक इंटरनल, एक इंटरनेशनल। तो इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड जो भी होता है दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ फॉरेन ट्रेड। तो ट्रेड बिटवीन टू कंट्रीज, ट्रेड बिटवीन टू कंट्रीज इज कॉल्ड फॉरेन ट्रेड। Now trade, that means whatever goods and services, movement of goods and services is called trade, and trade between two countries is called foreign trade. तो globalization begins, perhaps globalization की शुरुआत कब हुई? जब से foreign trade शुरू हुआ, तो that means उसी को तो globalization कहते हैं। तो means what? Foreign trade was one of the most important factor that led initiation of globalization. And since long we know that both sea route as well as land route was utilized for the purpose of trade. India has long or years trading relation with European countries as well as Arabian countries to Gulf countries as well. So foreign trade was one of the most important factor that led globalization, that led initiation of globalization. Apart from foreign trade, technological development and this technological development, especially development in transport and communication. तो डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड कम्युनिकेशन, तो एक तो इनिशिएशन ग्लोबलाइजेशन का हुआ due to foreign trade. After that, this process of globalization accelerated. How? When technological development occurred, especially development in transport and communication as well as technological development in IT sector, information and technology. तो technological development in IT sector and technological development in transport and communication. That means technological development was one of the vital factor that led acceleration of globalization. And the third we already have read, emergence of MNC. So this is also one of the vital factor that led acceleration of globalization. तो 3 पॉइंट में इसके फैक्टर्स याद रखोगे। वन इज फॉरेन ट्रेड, अदर इज टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट। टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट का फ्रेगमेंटेड 2 पॉइंट और है। नाउ वन क्वेश्चन इज बीइंग आस्क्ड, हाउ टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट और डेवलपमेंट इन ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड कम्युनिकेशन और डेवलपमेंट इन आईटी सेक्टर लेड टू एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन। तो लेट्स सपोज विथ वन एग्जांपल you could explain it. Suppose a London based company is there a London based company is here, and now this has to publish a magazine. So it published one ad that he need a publisher who could publish the magazine for this company. Now many people came to know about this ad. Suppose that a person in India had seen this ad. Now he designed the cover page of magazine and mail it to this company. इस कंपनी को ये डिज़ाइन पसंद आया, वॉट एवर प्रपोजल वॉज देयर, कि जो भी कंटेंट इसके पास था इसको ईमेल के जरिए भेज दिया गया. आफ्टर दैट उस कंटेंट और कवर पेज के साथ दैट मैगजीन वॉज पब्लिश. वॉट एवर पब्लिश मैगजीन वॉज देन कोरियर टू दिस लंदन बेस्ड कंपनी, एंड आफ्टर दैट पेमेंट वॉज डन थ्रू ई पेमेंट. तो एक्चुअली it received e-payment and this magazine was sent to this company through courier. तो ये पूरा ये अपनी ऑफिस में बैठा हुआ है, and the whole transaction occurred. How it become possible? Without the development of rapid mode of transportation, it would not have been courier to London. Without the development of information and communication technology, all this transfer of information would not have been possible. So by this way, this example also is given in your book. So how you will have to write this example, you could take help from the book. So from this example, you could explain that how technological development or development in transport and communication leads acceleration of globalization. So our next topic, it is impact of globalization. So impact of globalization, we know that globalization is not uniform for all. The impact of globalization was not uniform to all. So it has some of the positive impacts and some of the negative impacts. So now we will have to read positive impacts of globalization as well as negative impacts of globalization. So if you will talk about positive impacts of globalization, nowadays wide range of goods and services are available to us. As we used to say, our market had been transformed within a year. So after 90, what happened when we relax our border for foreign competition? So after that, so many foreign companies came to India, their product came to India, and it led a bit price war. So first of all, in positive impact, globalization leads to availability of wide range of goods and services to the consumer. Globalization leads to wide range of goods and services available and affordable to the consumer. So globalization leads to wide range of goods and services available. It led increase in the availability of goods and services as well as now it was available at affordable prices. Means what ki if you will talk about earlier days, take one example of telecommunication. तो एक्चुअली पहले क्या था 90s के पहले ओनली BSNL एंड MTNL. ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम व्हाट वाज द कॉल चार्जेस? तो एक्चुअली if you will compare these call charges from nowadays, so you will not believe that. Means what ki during that time there were no competition, but when after 90s we allowed telecom companies of other country to come to India and operate, so what happened after that? It led a price war. That means the foreign companies that comes to in India, it decreases its call charge. Ultimately, to remain to exist in the market, BSNL also will have to slash down its call charges. And this price war, due to this price war, the charges were fixed at minimum level. Also you could understand ki due to globalization, if market increases, so if you will take profit of 100 rupees from 100 people, or suppose if you will take profit of 1 rupees from 1 lakh people, so in what condition profit will be more for the producer? You easily could understand. So that means globalization gave market to the producer एज वेल एज हमारे इंडिजीनियस प्रोड्यूसर को भी ग्लोबल मार्केट मिला. ये बात अलग है कि दूसरे इंडिया इज वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट मार्केट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड फॉर फॉरेन कंपनीज, एंड that is also one of the reason perhaps कि wide range of goods and services now available, and also due to this price war it is affordable. कि अगर 90s के पहले एक लैपटॉप खरीदना होता था तो लाख 2 लाख रुपए खर्च करने होते थे, बट ड्यू टू दिस प्राइस वॉर इज स्लैश डाउन. जनरली देखते हो कि किसी भी कमोडिटीज का प्राइस ऊपर जाता है ना, बट ड्यू टू दिस ग्लोबलाइजेशन वेरियस काइंड ऑफ सर्विसेज नाउ इज easily available to us and also affordable to us. So one of the positive impact of globalization, it leads to wide range of goods and services available and affordable to the consumer. Available and affordable to the consumer. Also, it lead to increase in the foreign investment. It led to increase in the foreign investment. Which result into employment generation. So means it lead to increase in the foreign investment that resulted into employment generation. Also we came to know कि business process outsourcing, what it is? Business process outsourcing means to run the business, whatever services is needed, if that services is obtained from some another country, then it is called business process outsourcing. So now one of the major example of BPO is the call center, and we already came to know कि India is the first choice to establish call center for almost all the major MNC. Why? Because in India such kind of large population is there who could understand a global language English, and who have mind to understand technological, they also have technological skill. So that means such population is needed to call center, and most important, they are ready to work at low prices, low wages, and that's why India is the first choice of MNCs for establishing their call center. So many people got employment in call centers. That is one of the example of business process outsourcing. Also we know that Bangalore is hub, Bangalore, Pune, so many software companies are there that provides various kind of business process outsourcing to other MNCs or other foreign companies. So actually we also, our indigenous producer also got global market, and especially that is one of the reason ki why IT sector growth of IT sector in India is so high. This is outcome of globalization. This is outcome of globalization, that the growth of IT sector in India is so high, and that provide handsome employment to the Indian youth also. So globalization leads to increase in the foreign investment, and which resulted into employment generation. Now apart from that, In our next video, we will continue this topic, impact of globalization. We also will discuss about some more positive impacts, as well as we also will focus upon negative impacts. Although that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you.